In today's tutorial, I will show you how to build a fully functional backend for a full stack application using InsForge. InsForge is a backend as a service that can be completely configured using AI. It offers all the common benefits that you would expect from a backend as a service, such as databases, cloud storage, authentication, cloud functions, real-time capabilities, and much more. What makes InForge different from other backend services is that we can use AI to set up our entire backend for us without having to do any manual steps. We can simply describe what we want and InForge will generate the code for us. To show how InForge works, I will be building a budget tracker that will allow us to track our monthly expenses. Throughout this tutorial, I will be using my own custom prompts, and I will leave a link in the comments so that you can see the exact prompts that I used. To get started, go to the InForge website and create an account. Once you have an account, we can click on Dashboard, New Organization, type in a name for the organization, then click Create. Select the organization that you just created, click New Project, type in your project name, and then for the region, just select the one closest to you, then click Create Project. Now we need to install InsForge to our IDE. I will be using VS Code in this example, so I'll just click Install for VS Code. If you're using a different IDE, just click Install and follow the instructions. Regardless of which option you choose, the steps should all be very similar. Since I'm using VS Code, I will just hit Install, open VS Code, go ahead and install the VS Code extension. The next step is to click on the InsForge icon, so I'll just click that here. Log into our InsForge account, click Open, click Authorize, go back to VS Code, and now we should see our project that we created earlier. Hover over your project and click the Install MCP option. Select your AI agent that you're using. In this example, I'll be using Claude Code, so I'll just click this option. In the bottom right, click Yes. In the terminal, you should now see your AI agent that you selected being configured with InsForge. If everything worked correctly, you should see a similar message saying that the InsForge MCP is now configured with your AI agent. The next step is to verify our connection, and we can do that by just copying the prompt here. Open your AI agent and paste in the prompt that we just copied. You should now see this response from your AI agent, and on the left-hand side, we can now see our connection was verified. Another quick way to verify that the connection is working as expected is if we go back to the dashboard for our project that we created earlier. In the top right, we should now see this message letting us know that the MCP is connected. Now I will show the steps of how to start building our budget tracker app. The first step is to create a prompt that will configure our backend. We can get an example prompt from the documentation by just going to this link. Looking at this prompt, we can see a template of what the prompt should look like. I created my own prompt using this one as a template, and so if I switch back to VS Code, you can see that I just modified it here for our budget tracker app. Most of it's very similar, but instead of creating a table for sports, I'm creating a table for expenses that has like the following columns. Now I will ask Claude to build this backend. Once the process is completed, we can now see all the changes that were made. Looking at our files, we can now see all of the files that were created for us. We can see what the project looks like by running npm run dev in our terminal. Click on this link. This is what the current UI looks like. We can sign in or sign up. So in this example, I will sign up for an account. This is a sign up component that's pre-built by InsForge. I will input my email and password and click sign up. I will type in my verification code and click continue. Now we're able to see the homepage as a logged in user. Going back to the project dashboard, if we click on users, we can now see a new row inside of this view that will represent the user that we just created. Going back to the app, this is the form to add a new expense, and we can specify the amount, category, and description. For example, let's say we have a $5 charge for food, and we'll just say this is like fast food and click add expense. We can see the expense has been added here. Going back to our project dashboard and clicking on tables, we can now see a new row inside the expenses table that represents the expense that we just created. We also have the ability to update values from this UI. So for example, if we wanted to update the amount from 5 to let's say 30, we can just do that and click enter. Going back to our app, we can now see that the value is updated from $5 to $30. The next feature I want to show is the ability for users to see their expenses update in real time. Going back to VS Code, I will use this prompt to enable the real-time functionality. All the changes are complete, so we can go back to the app. I'll duplicate the current tab. I'll add another expense for $1 for food and hit add expense. If we go back to the other tab now, and I didn't refresh the page, but you can see we can now see the new expense that I added in the other tab. The expenses will also update in real time if we edit or delete an expense. On this tab, I will delete this expense, and now if we switch over to the second tab, we don't see the expense anymore. And if we edit this expense, so let's change it from $100 to like $300, go back to the first tab, and we now see that this expense has updated in real time to $300. The next feature I want to show is how to create a serverless function. I will create a serverless function that will get a monthly summary of all of our expenses. Going back to VS Code, I will use this prompt here to create the serverless function. Looking at the response, we can now see a serverless function called monthly summary has been created for us. Going back to the UI, we can now see there's a new section in the app that shows us our monthly total expenses. Going to the dashboard, clicking functions, we can see the new function that was just created, and if we click on it, we can see all of the code that's associated with this serverless function. Another feature I want to implement is to use AI to analyze our expenses and generate insights on how we're spending our money. We can implement this by going back to Claude, using this prompt that I already created. The main point of the prompt is to create a serverless function that would generate AI-powered spending insights. I also update the front end to call this function after the user logs in and to display the generated insights. This is now completed. If we go back to the UI, we can now see the insights at the top of this page. It's letting us know that food made up $327 out of the $595 that we spent so far, and it also gives us suggestions based on our spending patterns. Going back to the dashboard, we can see the new function here. Clicking inside, we can see all the code for this function. The last feature I want to show is the storage feature. We will use this feature to add the ability to upload images to all of our expenses. Switching back to VS Code, I will just use this prompt in order to enable the file storage feature. Looking at the response, we can see all the changes that were made. Going back to the app, we can now see there's a new section in the form where we can upload images. Now, if we create a new expense, we can upload an image. So I'll just upload this test image and click add expense. Here you can see the image that we just uploaded for this expense. And if we click on the preview image, it will automatically be downloaded. One last thing I want to show is how we can deploy our app using InsForge. We can do this by going to Claude Code and using this as the prompt. Inside the prompt, I just specified to deploy my app to InsForge and to set the following environment variables. And the two variables are the base URL and the anon key. This way, the login and sign up functionality should work as expected. The deployment is now complete, and if I click on this link, I can now see my expense tracker. Clicking sign in should display the sign in component. Once I sign in, I should now see the exact same page that I saw before. Going back to dashboard, we can click on the deployments tab, and here we can see the information about the website that was just deployed. We can also see deployment related logs here. Clicking on environment variables, we can see the different environment variables that are being used in our deployed project. And if we want, we can also set up a custom domain for the deployed website. So instead of using the default InsForge URL that was given to us, we can set up our own custom domain here. And that is how you can easily deploy your InsForge app to the web. And that is the end of this tutorial. Hopefully you have a better understanding of how InsForge works and how you can start using it to build your own apps.